Alright, so we're getting to the most exciting part. So you're gonna do these pitches, you're gonna get invited to some interviews, hopefully.
This video is brought to you by Abby Pies Academy.
And depending on how well you pitch and on how good your promotional asset is and other factors. But what do you do during the show to get sales? This is the most important part. So let's cover it, right? Because if you appear in a podcast and you got some listeners, well, you got to sell to them, right? You haven't sold yet. This is just half of your job, right? The other part of your job is to get people in front of whom you appeared to really engage with whatever you wanted them to do, right? What's the whole purpose of you getting publicity, right? You got to sell something, promote something. Okay, here's how your interview is going to go. It's usually going to be 30 or 60 minutes, right? The format is going to be like this. They're going to ask you about you, a little bit about your journey, how you got there. You're going to tell a little bit about your current business, how you help people, all that kind of stuff. It's usually that kind of predictable progression. Then you're going to get into the meat and potatoes of the show, where you talk about the thing that you actually pitched to talk about. And then after that, there's going to be a conclusion, and the host is going to ask how people should get in touch with you, and you're going to give your email and website URL and all that. But here's what you really should do. During your conversation, always at least 3 to 4 to 5 times, maybe 5 is a little much, but a few times, right? If it's a 30-minute show, maybe 2 or 3 extra times, and if it's a 60-minute show, maybe 4 or 5 times, allude to your products that you're promoting. Definitely, first of all, provide value to the listeners. You have to appear as knowledgeable and insightful so that they are going to be people who want to learn more from you. Once they want to learn more from you, mention throughout the podcast, not just at the end, of how they can get in touch with you. Okay? So encourage people to engage with you, encourage to email with questions, encourage to get something for free, which gives you their email, encourage, like however you can get them to your sales funnel, encourage them to engage with you while always making it a valuable thing for them. It's really for them. It's not for you to have them in your sales funnel. It's something beneficial for them that gets them into your sales funnel. Okay? And if you don't encourage people throughout, if you don't add these are called calls to action. You basically call them to action, buy, learn, read, make them, tell them you interest them, and then you gotta get them actually doing that stuff. And so if you don't encourage these things, they won't realize that you're actually on the show to get them to do it. Like, it will be very much in passing, or they will wonder, like, what is the next step? But they won't know. And it will be a waste. You'll waste a lot of opportunity. So don't waste. Add, even if the show host won't ask you until the end, but you take your own liberty and pitch your own things. It's a little too aggressive. I have to say that. It's a little too aggressive and ballsy. But that's how you make the sales. That's how you take the people from being listeners and people who enjoy the show to people who actually listen and enjoy and take the next step and actually get to your sales funnel to maybe buy something of yours, right? That's the difference, okay? That's the main difference. Now you know how to now you have a sort of a game plan for being a guest on these shows, and you have a game plan for getting on these shows. Now go ahead, get on the shows, and I look forward to actually hearing podcasts with you as the guest speaker.